They interface with our biological processes themselves. Let's go to Elizabeth in Wisconsin. Hey, Elizabeth, you're on Ground Zero.
Hello, Clyde. Nice to speak with you.
Nice to speak with you.
So you've talked about a lot of different AI topics. Individually, I'd like to just say, personally, I'm a creative, artistic person, but my day-to-day job, I have to rely on writing, and I struggle with that a bit. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this, but it really impressed people and things like that, and so I sort of relied on it for a little bit, then I backed off.
Yeah. You know what's better than that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what works better than that. Old magazines. I used to, when I wrote morning shows, I had to write things off the cuff immediately, right? And so what I would do is I would read some of the tabloid commercials. Since we hadn't talked about the pop culture on the morning show, I could write jokes and use the names of these people in pop culture I'm reading about. And so it was always easier for me to make a joke about, someone if I read about them in the people, or if I read about them in the National Enquirer, or if I read, it was just easier to go to a break. Like everything about her that would be considered weird, quirky, and funny, and then you start throwing other things that were quirky and funny in there, and that's how you do it, because you're looking at a magazine and you're seeing what the news stories are, and then you just build from there. And I think that's what AI probably does now, or ChatGPT does now, where it eliminates the ability for you to search in a magazine for some sort of an idea to draw from, and that's how I would see it.
The thing is I did use it for a certain amount of time, but then I stopped, and I'm like, oh, I can do this myself. Yeah. And like, what would AI say to me? So I guess I'm sort of backpedaling on you're relying on that.
Yeah, what
so
you need
I
to
did
do
for a little bit.
Yeah, what you need to do is, while you have the opportunity, rely on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know you can do it. You're creative.
Exactly.
You've been paid to do this. You're a professional.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have to wake up every day, come up with an idea for a show, right? So what I do is I have to go through website after website after website after website after try to find a news story or find something that's interesting and out of the ordinary and strange. And believe me, sometimes I write up to time, because I have to let the producers know by noon what they have to talk about and produce.
I know. I always wonder how you do that.
Yeah,
That's
well,
crazy.
I get up like at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, do my studying for about an hour, then think of an outline, then think of a show, then write it out. And I do the same thing. I go through science journals, I go through CIA documents, I go through all these things to try and get an idea of how to form a paragraph, one paragraph, right? And then from there, it's like the rabbit hole effect. You've done that before on the internet, where you come up with this thing and you just keep going into the rabbit hole further and further and further until you're just like completely like, wow, what have I just experienced? I do that sometimes too. And so that's why, I find that more fun than maybe having AI or something, set the standard or start the sentence. I think I've only done that one time in my whole career since AI has been around. Is I let an AI sentence start my show. That I had done research and the AI did that. I'm like, well, it's AI, I'll just throw that in there.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, yeah.
I always like to see your synopsis ahead of time, and then when you're on Facebook, giving for the show that night, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You can do all that.
Yeah, I don't plan ahead usually. I don't plan ahead. I have to do them the same day, because the news is the news, right? And so if something happens, I have to be able to be prepared to either go to that, or if it happens too late in the day, go to it the next day. That's why when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I didn't have it. I did a show, and then I did the Charlie Kirk show the day after already geared towards studying about.
And I appreciate that too, because you don't want to jump anything like that.
No,
so
you got to be
appreciate
careful.
that.
I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that if it's used as a tool, there's no problem. But if we find ourselves relying on it more, it's like relying on a drug. You know, I mean, come on, I'm a caffeine addict in the morning. I need my coffee, all right? And that's something I admit to you, right? You know I drink a lot of coffee. I don't drink a lot of coffee at night, but I mean, I have myself a kind of a sugar-free mocha in the middle of the day. But see, that's the thing is that, you know, I need that ritual in the morning for some reason. I'm addicted to it. And I think that, I don't know, there are worse things to do to yourself in the morning when you wake up than drinking coffee. But the other thing, too, though, is to basically give yourself an out or at least be lazy and not think and work. And that's the point. So, anyway. There's nothing wrong, though, with using it as a tool. Nothing wrong at all. 503-225-0860. 503-225-0860. We'll be back.
Very reminder, tomorrow afternoon at 3 on News Radio 840 WHAS.
According to a new report from Discovery Education, 92% of students say that engaging lessons make school more fun, and more than 90% of educators said engagement is critical for student achievement. Student engagement is essential for learning, but gaps remain about how to achieve, measure, and sustain students' interest in the classroom. Although 63% of students agreed that students are highly engaged in school, only 45% of teachers and 51% of principals surveyed agreed with the same statement. Educators disagreed on the top indicators of engagement. 72% of teachers said asking thoughtful questions was the strongest indicator of student engagement, while 54% of superintendents rate performing well on assessments as a top engagement indicator. Also, 2/3 of students said they believe that AI can help them learn faster, yet fewer than half of teachers report using AI themselves to complete tasks. Visit discoveryeducation.com to learn more and use the phone report.
Hey, it's Clyde Edwards, and I want to talk to you about our new exclusive website, groundzeroplus.com. It's available for all Ground Zero listeners with great features like a 24/7 audio stream of live Ground Zero shows, along with more than 10 other popular podcasted shows. There's also a members section where you'll be able to access archive shows, video vault, webinars, the GZ files, the chat room, Ground Zero Theater, and once a month, have a Zoom meeting with me. Coming soon will be a live video stream of Ground Zero, and we'll be setting up news correspondents throughout the country. To receive our valuable members' content, we have two plans, either a monthly for only $10, or you can get it yearly at the discounted rate of just $95. Please sign up now at groundzeroplus.com. Again, groundzeroplus.com. When you become a member, you're investing in keeping Ground Zero on the air and online. Vote with your dollar and support Ground Zero. Support us by subscribing to groundzeroplus.com. That's groundzeroplus.com.
If you're a kid, September means back to school, but it could mean back to business if you own or manage one. All you have to do is unlock the magic of audio with iHeartRadio. And unlike school, we'll do the hard work for you. You tell us about your business, and we'll make ads that get people in the door. And if you're new to radio or podcast, we'll even give you a special deal this month only. So don't miss out. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I really noticed the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experienced some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
The NFL is off to a wild start.
Right, he's got a lane. Herbert right side, like to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He slides down.
And using his season lives on iHeartRadio.
Local stations bring you the action live. Justin Jefferson. Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
It's knocked away. It's intercepted. It's off. Just search NFL and dive in. Tony and Dwight examine the big news issues of the day. And that canker sore that just won't heal. And those hemorrhoids that just won't go away. Tony and Dwight, tomorrow morning at 9 on News Radio 840 WHAS.
Go to Isaac in Connecticut. Hey, Isaac, you're on ground zero.
How you doing, Clyde?
Good.
So, basically, hunting, fishing, gardening, cooking, all these things, the average 20-year-old today cannot they basically don't know how to do these things.
No.
But these are all things, the point I'm trying to make is this has been going on for centuries. For as long as man has existed, something has, replaced, an old-fashioned way of doing things dies off and something else replaces it. But then there's always somebody or somebody in the future learns of the old-timey way.
Yeah.
And then they revive it. They bring it back. And example, you got a lot of modern-day blacksmiths today.
They're making swords just for novelty. That's all they're doing.
Well, yeah, but it's even beyond that. That's what the popular show on TV is.
But I'm just saying, the percentage of those who are doing archaic things are small compared to how young people today, and maybe some even, I guess you could say, middle-aged individuals today, don't know the first thing about tilling the ground, don't know the first thing about planting a seed, don't know the first thing about surviving, hunting, fishing, or gutting their own deer. They have no idea what to do there. They don't.
Well, sometimes necessity is the mother of all invention, and you're forced to learn.
Well, yeah.